All right, so I am a big fan of The Dark Knight. It's probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I love all three of those movies. I think they're absolutely incredible. One of the more interesting things that happens for me is when I like a movie, I tend to obsess over it. I watch it over and over and over again. I also integrate lines into my life and make jokes with my team. It's just, I get obsessive with things. And I always like to take something tangible from movies and sometimes integrate it into my actual life or into how I think about things. And when it comes to poker, there's something that I really like, and I call it what's my Joker factor. It's a question that I ask myself, and it's based on a scene in The Dark Knight. Now, there are like 10 scenes in The Dark Knight that specifically apply to poker at both a macro and micro level, but I'm gonna go over this one right now. So watch this, and then I'll deconstruct it and explain why it's so valuable.
I just did what I do best. I took your little plan and I turned it on itself. Look what I did to this city with a few drums of gas and a couple of bullets. You know what I noticed? Nobody panics when things go according to plan. Even if the plan is horrifying. If tomorrow I tell the press that, like, a gangbanger will get shot, or a truckload of soldiers will be blowing up, nobody panics. Because it's all part of the plan. But when I say that one little old mare will die, well, then everyone loses their minds. Introduce a little anarchy. Upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos. I'm an agent of chaos. Oh, and you know the thing about chaos? It's beer. You live. You die. Now we're talking.
Okay, so this amazing scene relates to poker in so many ways, but let's examine the most critical element. The concept of an established order. So poker has an established order. There are certain norms. For example, if you're playing 1-2 and you're 100 big blinds deep and you open to $50, the entire table is going to look at you strange because you're violating the pre-flop betting standard. And guess what? The poker community constantly makes players wrong for taking actions that are not within the norm. Most players have strategies that consist of knowing what to do within an established order. Okay, the average player has no idea how to adjust to someone who's frequently opening to $50 in a 1-2 game. They haven't done, the work for that level of adjustment, and they will get frustrated and confused, and they complain, and their game will suffer because of the chaos of something that exists outside their established norm. It's really, really beautiful. Now, I'm obviously not saying you should open to 50 every time in your next session. However, I am saying that if you want to play higher level poker in a live setting, you should often be deviating from the norm and what others are doing. You need to sometimes be unpredictable. You need to upset the established order. You need to become an agent of chaos. A really helpful exercise is to actually stimulate this. Take an action on the poker table that exists outside of the norm and try to work through how players will potentially adjust, what mistakes they will make, and how you can benefit off those mistakes. There is a pressure to be in the established order at the table. Nobody wants to look bad or look like they don't know how to play proper poker. If people are giving you weird facial expressions of contempt or confusion, it doesn't always mean you were playing poorly. You can just be a little bit ahead of the curve. See what I did there? Also, one last really important thing. For the majority of players watching this video, before you start breaking the established order, you need to know what it is. You need a solid mechanical understanding of the game before you start deviating from that standard, or you're just going to go broke. But small elements of crazy that are part of a strategy can make you a very difficult player to play against. So ask yourself, what is the established order in my game and how can I break it? Hope this was enjoyable. Bringing in movie clips here. Subscribe, like, and let me know if you have any other questions. Please feel free to post your favorite Dark Knight scene and how it relates to poker below. Maybe I'll make more of these, like themes or things in movies that can help your game or something like that. I like the idea. Let me know.